We will be doing 6.2, the seventh uh, solution, and the question is like this: 6.2, the seventh one. Lower limit is 0, upper limit is 1, log of 1 by x minus 1 into dx. So this is 1 divided by x. So if we multiply this over here, okay, if we multiply this over here, we can take the LCM, and this will be a common denominator. X will be in between over here. Okay, if we do that, we will get on the numerator 1 minus x divided by x. Okay, so this integration, okay, integration is equal to lower limit 0, upper limit 1, log of, we had done earlier, 1 minus x divided by x into dx. This can be equation 1. So now when it is equation 1, we had seen in this property earlier that if the denominator is 0 and the numerator is some limit, let it be 1, 2, 3, any number. So if integration of a 0 to any number, a can be any number, f of x dx will be same integration 0 to any number integration, and this f of x can be replaced by this limit, whatever limit is there, upper limit minus this x. So we can put over here, instead of x we can put this is a, okay, a minus x, okay, according to this rule. So what is a is 1 over here, so 1 minus x, okay, over here, because instead of x we need to put a minus x, and a is 1, upper limit is 1. Denominator also, instead of x you need to put a minus x, so a is 1, so we will be putting 1 minus x. Okay, now what we need to do is that I is equal to lower limit 0, upper limit is 1, integration of log of this sign, if you minus sign, the bracket, if you remove, this would be minus 1, and this minus and minus will get plus, so this would be plus x. Okay, once you remove this minus sign, okay, once you remove the bracket, this would be minus 1 and this would be plus, denominator will be 1 minus x. Okay, so this plus 1 and this minus 1 will get cancelled, remainder would be x divided by 1 minus x. So this is log of x divided by 1 minus x, 0 to 1, 0 being the lower limit, 1 being the upper limit. So this is given equation number 2. So now what we need to do is that we need to add equation number 1 and equation number 2. Once we add equation number 1 and 2, this is left hand side, I plus I on the left hand side, then this is the question itself. Okay, we had solved and we had brought it to this form: 0, integration of lower limit is 0, upper limit is 1, log of 1 minus x divided by x into dx, plus this is the second equation out here, so equation we are writing plus 0 to 1 log of x divided by 1 minus x, okay, bracket close, dx. Okay, when you add this left hand side, I plus I, you will get 2i, and here this being common, we take the limit outside, common limit 0 to 1, and inside log this same on top what is mentioned, we are bringing it down, log of 1 minus x divided by x, plus is there in middle, so plus sign, log of this same whatever is written, x divided by 1 minus x, bracket close, and a bigger bracket, and outside there are 2 dx's, so we have taken this 2 dx's outside, we have taken it as common. When you multiply, it would be the similar function which is written on top. So dx is taken outside and this limit is also taken outside. Now if you carefully see out here, what is happening is that according to this formula, what we have is that log of m plus log of n is equal to log of m into n. Okay, log of m plus log of n is equal to log of m into n. So using this formula, these two logs, suppose this is m and this is n, so when they are added, it will be multiplication according to this formula. So now we have to, instead of adding these two, we have to put a common log, and we have to put this m is the whole term, 1 minus x divided by x into this n. This would be the whole term as n according to this formula. So x divided by 1 minus x. So this 1 minus x on top and numerator and denominator will get cancelled. This x on numerator and x on denominator will get cancelled. Since this numerator and denominator will get cancelled, and this x also will get cancelled, we'll get 1. In this place we'll get 1. Okay, and log of 1 is 0. Okay, log of 1 is 0. So integration, the log 1 we say it as 0. This you need to remember, log 1 is 0. So here you will put 0 into dx. Dx is there outside the bracket, so dx has to be brought down. And integration of 0, okay, it is always 0 itself, so I you will be getting as 0. So we have got I is equal to 0. Okay, how we have got this 2. If you see on the left hand side, if it is also brought below, 0 divided by 2 is also 0. So that is the reason why I is equal to 0. Okay, the integration of 0 dx is 0, and when you bring the 2 from the opposite side, okay, from the opposite side it is brought, divided by 0 divided by 2 is 0 itself. That is how this is the final answer, I is equal to 0. 6.2, the eighth problem. Okay, this is a solution for the eighth question. So 6.2, the eighth one, integration equal to lower limit 0, upper limit 1, x in bracket open, 1 minus x raised to 5 dx. Okay, so this is I, integration I. And now what we will do, instead of x, according to this rule, we can change. Instead of x we can put, since we know this rule, 0 to a, okay, f of x dx is equal to, or the property 0 to a, instead of x we will be putting this a minus x. So in place of a, here a is 1. Okay, so here x, firstly we need to resubstitute. Wherever x is there, we have to put the limit minus x. So a minus x would be 1 minus x. Here also a minus x would be 1 minus x. Okay, so this is 1 minus x, and here also outside we have changed it to 1 minus x. Okay, so what all changes we have done? We have changed the, instead of x we have put 1 minus x. Okay, here also 1 minus x, and rest of the question we have continued. Okay, now this minus sign is common for minus 1. This will be minus 1 once we open the bracket, and this minus of minus will become plus. So this minus 1 and this minus 1 will get cancelled, and the remainder will be x raised to 5. Okay, so we have got this equation where I is equal to 0 is the lower limit, I is the upper limit, 1 minus x. Okay, now x raised to 5 is only left in this bracket in dx. Okay, now what we need to do is that we need to multiply this x raised to 5 with this 1 and x raised to 5 with this. Once you multiply x raised to 5 with this 1, you will get x raised to 5 itself, and this is minus x into this. So these two terms will get added. Okay, this is x raised to 1 and this is x raised to 5. These both terms will get added. X raised to 1 plus 5 is equal to x raised to 6. Okay, so now this integration 0 to 1 is common for x raised to 5 as well as x raised to 6 also once we open the bracket. So I is equal to 0 to 1, this integration of x raised to 5 dx minus 0 to 1 integration of x raised to 6 dx. So this x raised to 6 and this x raised to 5 when we integrate. So when we integrate, you know that it is x raised to n plus 1 and denominator also n plus 1. Here also x raised to n plus 1 and here denominator n plus 1. So here n is x raised to 5. Okay, so 5 plus 1. So here denominator will be also 5 plus 1. Here also if you integrate x raised to n plus 1, n is 6. So 6 plus 1, denominator will be 6 plus 1. You need to be careful. You need to put the limits outside. Since this is common, we have taken a common limit outside. So we have put square bracket and outside the bracket we have put the limit. Upper limit is 1, lower limit is 0. Okay, and now we will be proceeding further. So this is x raised to 6. Okay, and here also denominator will also be 6 minus x raised to 7. Denominator also is 7. Outside the square bracket we have upper limit 1 and lower limit 0. Now what we need to do is that we need to put the limits. Once we put the limits, you know that we have to put the limits according to the upper limit and the lower limit. So wherever x is there, we have to put first the upper limit minus, then we have to put the, wherever x is there, we have to put the lower limit. Okay, so here if you consider x, we are putting 1. Okay, so wherever x is there, x raised to 6 would be 1 raised to 6. Here also x raised to 7 will become 1 raised to 7 divided by 6, and here this would be divided by 7. There is a minus sign in between. Minus, we have to do minus because we are minusing from upper limit to lower limit, so there is a minus square bracket. Now instead of x, we will be putting the lower limit, which is 0. 0 raised to 6 divided by 6, 0 raised to 7 divided by 7. So this whole term will become 0. This anything raised to its power, 1 raised to any power would be 1 itself. So 1 raised to 6 is 1 and 1 raised to 7 is also 1. 1 divided by 6 minus 1 divided by 7. Now we need to take the LCM. Once we take the LCM, we have to multiply it with the denominator. 1 by 6 with the denominator. So denominator is 7. So 1 into 7 and 6 into 7. And now 1 by 7 into the denominator of the another fraction. So 1 into 6 and 7 into 6. So you will get common 6 sevens are 42. Here also 42. So you get denominator common. So numerator will get added. There is a minus sign in between. So 7 minus 6 would become 1. Okay, so we are getting 1 by 1 divided by 42. That is our final answer. Okay, 7 minus 6 is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1 and we got 1 divided by 42. and I is equal to 1 divided by 42 is the final answer.